Okay, so now we're going to take a look at this equation. This is 3/10 of 1 1/10. So let's rewrite the equation. Fantastic. No, she's in the middle of the class, so we don't want to interrupt her, but that's great that you did it. Make sure your name's on it. Okay, so we're going to rewrite this as, let's do this now, 3/10 of 1 1/10. Rewrite that just like you see it. Remember that 1 and 1, that of means groups of. Groups of, groups of. Okay, groups of, groups of. Okay, now this is our expression. Again, we're going to take our two colors. All right, so let's raise our two colors. And this time we're going to do the 1 1/10 first. Because remember, with multiplication, and let's write this right about here, we have the commutative property, which says it does not matter the order that I multiply, I'm going to get the same product. Okay, that's the commutative property. 2 times 3 is equal to 3 times 2. Does not matter the order, okay? Commutative property. If I'm writing it, remember, you are writing it. Okay. All right, so let's hold your first color in the air. Like you just don't care. Ready? Raise the roof with our first color. So we're going to shade in 1 1/10. That means 1 whole, because the 1 is in the ones place, and 1/10, okay? So let's shade that in. 1 whole. Right? Well, it's 1 whole, right? This is 1 1/10 that we're shading in. Right? 1 whole. And what? 1/10. So 1 column over here. And again, just like we said on the one before, we need to label it, okay? We're going to label what this represents. 1 1/10. Label what it represents.
Okay, so do you see how she colored this whole thing red and the 1/10 red?
Right? We have 1 whole and 1/10. $1.10, right? Now you gotta shade in your 1/10, right? 1 whole and 1/10. No, it's good. Tyler, stay focused. Come on, man. Okay, there's my 1 1/10. Now, if I have 1 1/10, I want to see what 3/10 of 1 1/10 is. Okay. So now you're gonna take your second color, raise it in the air. You just don't care. And now you're gonna turn your paper. So turn your paper. It's like so. And we're going to shade in now. Now, this is what we need to make sure and do. We're going to shade in, what's our second factor? 3/10. Not 3 wholes, but 3/10. Now, watch me do it. I'm going to shade in 3/10, but I'm going to go from here all the way down here. It's called finishing the square. Okay? So I'm going to shade in 3/10. This is called, again, finishing the square. I'm finishing the square. And then I can turn it. And again, I want to label it. Labeling is your friend when it comes to modeling. Label, label, label. And I can see that this amount right here is my 3/10. Okay? That's my 3/10. Yeah, there you go. Clip up for your table. Very good, Victor. I love it on top of it. And if, again, I'm going to look now, I'm focusing in on where the colors overlap. Where they overlap. And again, I can count them all up. So if we count them all up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, how much is this going to be? Can we just do what? 3 times 10 right here? How much would this be right here? 30, right? Array of 30. Plus 3. Now, is it $33? 33 cents. Very good, Tyler. Go clip up for your table. So 3/10 of 1 1/10 is equal to 33 hundredths. or 33 cents. Okay? And we'll solve it using the standard algorithm as well, so we can get practice doing that. I'm going to do that right over here. So I have 1 and 1/10. And I'm going to multiply that by 3/10. You notice again, I'm lining up the numbers, okay? Line up the numbers. And now I can go ahead and multiply. So I have 1 times 3 is 3, bless you. And then you notice I'm ignoring the decimals, okay? 1 times 3 is 3. Now, my solution is not 33. Now I need to make sure that I put the decimals in the right spot. Okay, I need to find out how many digits are behind the decimal. There's 1 here. There's 1 here. So altogether, I have 2. Okay, so I'm going to take my decimal and move it 1, 2. And again, please make sure all these little steps that I'm doing, you're recording it on yours as well too, so that later on you can look back and go, okay, how did I do that? That's how I do that. Every one of these little things that I'm putting down are little strategies and clues to help to assist you. Okay, now let's look at number 3. Let's go to number 3. Okay, here's our equation. Remember, it's an equation because it has what? Table 4. Someone from table 4, tell me. It's an equation because it has a what? An equal sign. That's correct, an equal sign. Very good. Okay, so we're going to rewrite it. Remember, first thing I want to rewrite it as is 1 5/10 of 2/10. Okay? 1 5/10 of 2/10. And then I'm going to shade it. Now, it's set up a little differently, right? So if I'm going to take my first color, so let's get your first color in the air. 1, and we're going to do 1 5/10. 1 whole, right? And 5/10. And to make it a little, let's turn this paper so we can see it a little better. There we go. That makes it a little easier. So can we shade in 1 whole and 5/10? All right, let's do it. 1 whole.
So this one's going to be 30 cents. Or 30 hundreds.
Victor, you're on a roll, buddy. There's my 1 whole and 5/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then remember, what's one of the most important things that you can do? It starts with an L.
Label.
Label it. Very good. Label it. Okay. I'm going to label it. That is 1 whole and 5/10. So I labeled it upside down, but that's okay. Okay, 1 whole and 5/10. Then I can turn it back around. And then I need to shade in my second factor, right, which is the 2/10. And I've got to complete the square, right? So I'm shading in 2 columns, but they need to go from top to bottom. And again, label, label, label. I'm trying to find 1 5/10 of 2/10 or 2/10 of 1 5/10. So I can count up and see what I have. I can even outline it if I need to so I can see. It's where, remember, the colors overlap. Oops, I didn't mean to put that on there. So I have 20/10 here, 10/10 here. So what will be my product of 1 5/10 and 2/10? Well, raise your hand and tell me. What do you think it is, Lewis? Our product. What is our product? 30 cents, right? Or 30 hundredths. Very good. 33. I could say 3/10. I could say 30 hundredths. Right? That all means the same thing, right? 1 5/10 times 2/10 is 3/10. So we can rewrite our number sentence right here. 1 5/10 of 2/10 is 3/10. And then let's solve it using the standard algorithm. Yes, ma'am, go ahead. So if I use a standard algorithm and I set it up, just like so. Again, make sure you're doing the standard algorithm too, so you can see how to do it. Well, let's multiply it. So remember I ignored the decimals. 5 times 2, 10. Carry my 1 is 3. You do not bring the decimal straight down, okay? That's adding and subtracting decimals. Okay, again, I want to see how many digits are behind the decimal. There's 1 here, so altogether 2. Show all these little steps here. Great job, look at you. Fantastic. Fantastic, make sure that decimal's in the right spot. I love that. Okay, good. Just double check what you have when we do it, okay? I love your effort. All right, I've got 2 places here, so I'm going to move it 2. 1, 2, and that's, again, where my decimal goes, okay? 30 hundredths, 30 hundredths. Okay, let's do this last one, number 4. I got to do it under 3 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, boy, in my timing thing. All right, equation, we have 4/10 of 2 and 5/10. Let's rewrite it. 4/10 of 2 and 5/10. Take your first color, hold it up in the air. Huzzah, I'm the only one. All right. Right, I'm going to shade in what? 2 holes plus, I'm going to go a little faster because on my recording I only have a couple minutes left. So 2 holes, and then I got to do 5/10, right? All right. And then my 5/10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we do need to do what? What do we need to do next? Kyron, after I shade in one part, I need to do what? Starts with an L.
Label.
Label, label, label. Great job. I love how you threw your voice there, Kyron. Amazing. All right, label it, guys. Label it. Because you can cross off expressions that are not correct just by labeling it. Okay, then my second one, what am I going to do with my paper?
You're gonna
Turn it. That's right.
and then color in
4/10. But again, it's about finishing this square. So this 4/10 is going to go all the way from the top down to the bottom, okay?
So it's gonna be 4.
So we're going to have 4/10, but it's got to go the top all the way to the bottom. Okay, yes, label it. I think I heard. Okay. Then I can turn around and label it. Ooh, less than a minute. Oh, okay. There we go. Label it. 4/10. And then I can see my overlapping areas. That looks like a Lone Star flag. Right, and this has what? 2/10 here, 2/10 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not 2/10. That's 4/10, right? 4/10, 4/10, and 2/10. So we have 4/10 plus 4/10 is what? 8/10. 8/10 plus 2/10 is 10/10, and 10 dimes is equal to $1. Very good. Awesome. $1.
You just counted 1 and that was 40. So
That's right, because 4/10 plus 4/10 is 8/10, and then I need to take 8/10 and add 2/10 to that, and I get $1 whole, right? 1. But let's do it with the algorithm. I've got, okay. So I have 2 and 5/10. I'm going to multiply that by 4/10. So I have 5 times 4. That gives me what? 20. Don't all answer at once. Okay. Carry my 2. 2 times 4 is what? 10. Good. Now, here's the most important part. My answer is not 100, even though that might be an answer choice. I need to see where the decimal belongs.
It belongs
1 here, 1 here.
It belongs between
2.
1 and 0.
That's right, because there's 2 digits behind the decimal.
$1.